needs no introduction. Everyone knows his name goes in front of him all over the world.
Sounds like So first of all, good afternoon, you guys. I'm just going to start off with a quick Torah, and then we'll go right in. If you see by Pesach, by the Yontiv of Pesach, you know, Hashem takes us out of Mitzrayim, and you look in the Chumash, Hashem loves us, and suddenly we do Chas Shalom, the Egel Azav, the Chet HaMeraglim. Again, you have to look deep in Mefashim by all this, by Korach. But then a day Hashem still says, you're my children. And that's what the union of Shavuos is teaching you, that Banim Hatem La Hashem L'Kechem, we're always the children of Hashem. In fact, the Kazim and Magid said, if you look in last two parshas ago and more, Osam is missing a vav. And the Chazal said, even if you do Shogeg or Mezid, declare Yontiv, we're declaring Hashem's children. We can still declare Yontiv. Banim Hatem La Hashem L'Kechem teaches that no matter what we do, we're Hashem's children. And you see from the following story how important to know that Hashem's our Father and He loves us no matter what. In September, I started law school in Manhattan. I used to live near Beis Medrash so I can learn Torah. Around October, November, I started to notice that every time I got off the subway, I had to run towards the water fountain. I was always thirsty. So I thought maybe it's diabetes, because a sign of diabetes, you're always thirsty. So in January of 1995, I went to Dr. Schoenfeld, he's Rabbi Fabian Schoenfeld's brother, and he checked me out, and he goes, Lavi, you don't have diabetes, but come back to me a month from now. So I figured if he said come back to me a month from now, no need to go back to him at all. It's not an emergency. So from January to May, I was waking up a lot, going to the bathroom, very hyper. So I thought it had to be one of two problems. Either a psychological problem, or I just hate law school. So I signed up for a social work school, and I started to go see a psychologist. Around May time, they say, mothers know best. My mother goes, why don't you go back to Dr. Schoenfeld for a visit, for a checkup? So I went back to him, I had this big, fat, bloated face. I'm not Alex Rodriguez, I don't take drugs. Dr. Schoenfeld took one look at my face, and he goes, you have Cushing's disease. You have a benign tumor in the pituitary gland. So I was sent to Mount Sinai Hospital, where they found the tumor right below the brain, near the optic nerve. I was then told I would need 2 operations to remove the tumor. One was a 9.5-hour open head surgery, and another was a 6-hour operation through the nose. I tell you, I thank HaKadosh Baruch Hu that both operations were successful, and I was able to go home. About 2 weeks later, I went back to the surgeon, you know, one of the doctors, for a checkup, and he knows I was leaking fluid from the head through my nose. It was called a CSF leak. And he told me I would need another 4-hour operation through the nose to close up that leak. When I woke up from that surgery, from that operation, I go, doctor, I think I'm still leaking. I really believe that I'm still leaking. He goes, there's no way you're leaking, you're just imagining. You see, when we take the cotton out of your nose, you see all it is dry blood. Sure enough, when he took the cotton out, I was still leaking. He told me I would need I was then sent to another surgeon who told me I would need another 4 to 6 hour open head surgery to close up that leak. So during that summer of 1995, I had a total of 4 operations. And after the 4th one, they said my vision would not be 20/20, because to get to the tumor, Baruch Hashem is benign, like I said, they had to knock the optic nerve out of its place, but the vision would come back. I forgot October, November, December, but due to tremendous chesed from Hashem, my vision came back. Around February or March of 1996, I started to notice every time I ate, food would come out of my mouth onto my clothes. So I went to a Dr. Bookbinder of Mount Sinai Hospital, and he checked me out and goes, Lavi, scar tissue wrapped around your jaw during all the operations, and that's why you can't open your mouth fully, and that's why food is falling out. He told me I need another 1.5 hour surgery, in and out the same day, to cut away the scar tissue. When I recovered from that operation, I had to undergo radiation treatments to remove what was left of the tumor. I think I went about once a week over a 5-week period. Baruch Hashem, the treatments were so minute, the radiation was so small, that Baruch Hashem, I had no hair loss, no nausea whatsoever. When the radiation treatments were finished, I'm guessing I must have told myself that hopefully this is the last time I need to step foot in any hospital, even Mount Sinai, maybe for an occasional checkup, for an occasional, routine procedure, but nothing major anymore. In September of 1997, I was driving on the famous Van Wyck Highway towards Kennedy Airport to pick up my sister and brother-in-law who came back from Israel from a wedding. And I was driving on the highway when I went right in front of another car. I cut him off. But the problem was, I didn't see him in any of the mirrors. I tell you, I thank Hashem that no one got killed, no one got injured, and no car was damaged. But I realized at that moment in time, there's something wrong with my vision, with my eyesight, if I can't see a car on the side of the highway. I went to one ophthalmologist who sent me to another, who said to me, no problem. You'll come once or twice a week to my office, you'll do exercise on the computer in the office, and your vision will improve. You'll see, you'll be seeing better, you'll be okay. So I did exactly like he told me. I went once or twice a week to his office and did the exercise on the computer there. But what he told me, the opposite was occurring. The vision was not improving, but was decreasing. Every day I was seeing less and less. So I got in contact with the Dr. Joe Mindell. He's a newer ophthalmologist at Mount Sinai Hospital. And by the time I went to see him, I could no longer see out of one of my eyes. He said, Lavi, I can't get back the eyesight you lost, nor can I guarantee you're going to see again for the rest of your life. You might go 100% totally blind in both eyes. I imagine when he told me that, I was not jumping for joy. But I tell you, I thank Hashem that he blessed me with a beautiful, loving, amazing family. And my loving family did some homework. And they found out about a Dr. Scott Foreman in Westchester County Medical Center. Dr. Foreman has a technique called the hyperbaric chamber. What that is, you lie there for 2 hours a day, 2 hours at a time, twice a day, and you receive oxygen in that chamber. He told me if I undergo this treatment, he can keep the eyesight I have. He can't get back what I lost, but keep what I have. And every time you enter or leave the hyperbaric chamber, a nurse takes your temperature. So one day I was leaving, and the nurse said to me, you have 103. Is anyone home? Who should I contact? A friend, a family member? I don't recall what I said to her, but I imagine I must have told her, listen, I'm an adult. You can give me some Tylenol, some Advil. I can take care of myself. I'll tell you, I thank Hashem that she should not let me go home. She watched me and monitored me. My temperature went up to 105, and I went unconscious. I had meningitis. I was unconscious about 2.5 days. I think I woke up on Erev Simchas Torah, and a couple of days later I was sent back in an ambulance towards Mount Sinai Hospital in Manhattan, where I then had to undergo another 6-hour open head surgery. When I recovered, I returned back to Dr. Foreman. I go, could I continue going back into hyperbaric chamber? Could I continue receiving oxygen? I was up and said, yes, Lavi, we're going to save your eyesight. You're not going to go blind. But he said to me, yes, we can put you in the chamber, and yes, we can give you oxygen. But since the treatments were interrupted, it's not going to be successful. Around Hanukkah of 1997, when I was 26 years old, I went completely blind, could not see a thing. And I'll be honest with you, B'nai Torah, that Hanukkah was my most difficult Hanukkah of my life. This was the first time since I was a little kid that my father had to hold my hand to light the menorah. Hanukkah is one of the few yontivs where seeing is everything. Whether lighting your menorah or walking the neighborhoods where you live, seeing menorahs in other people's windows, looking at the beautiful candles or beautiful oil and wick, obviously, thanking Hashem for what he gave you, thanking Hashem that you're still alive. Yes, I can thank Hashem that I'm still alive, and I can thank Hashem for what he gave me, but I can't look at on my menorah let other people's. You know what it means not to be able to look at a Gemara? You can't read a machloket between Beit Shammai and Beit Hillel, or you can't read Ravina, Rav Akiva, Rav Shimon, Vayachai words. You know what it means you're at home and you have to look at Balacha, you can't open the Mishnah Berurah? Or you know what it means when they're laning a shul, you can't open a Chumash? I'm not going to lie, during Kriyas HaTorah, a lot of time I'm spacing out because I can't look into a Chumash. On Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur, different individuals stand next to me and they daven word by word. I have 7 nephews and nieces. I have no idea how they look. You know what it means to wake up in the morning and you can't admire Hashem's beautiful creation, such a bird, a tree, a piece of grass, or rain or snow? And you know what it means I can't see the most beautiful sight of all? A Jew learning Torah? There's nothing more precious than seeing a Yid learning Torah. I can hear it, but I cannot see it. So I went blind in my last semester of law school. So my sister and 2 other individuals, David Beck and Seth Berkowitz, volunteered to help me out with the finals. And Baruch Hashem, I passed them. Then an organization called the Lighthouse for the Blind came over my house. They put little buttons on my microwave and my oven so I can feel it to use it. They told me to tell my family that nothing in the house can move without telling me. All the doors have to be closed. The milk and orange juice has to be in the exact same spot in the refrigerator. No packages on the floor. If someone puts a package on the floor and doesn't tell me, I'll kick it across the room like a football. They can try it for the Jets. I heard they're pretty pathetic. But at the end of law school is the bar exam. So the course that prepares me for the bar exam is called Barbary. And that course was sued by blind people a couple years before me, so they put everything on audio. I live in an incredible, loving Jewish community called Hillcrest, Queens. We called 2 people there, and one of them was Rebbetzin Esther Krause. We called someone else also. And within 2 days, 30 Jewish lawyers, 30 from Yidden, 30 Orthodox lawyers volunteered to come over 1 per night to help me study. The bar is usually 2 days, but people like me, we get 4 days. And we're allowed to bring in any friends or relatives to ask us the questions, as long as they're not lawyers or law students. Due to tremendous chesed from Hashem, I passed the New York State bar in the first try. I received smicha, and a couple years ago I received a master's in social work from Rebbetzin Wilker's program. So people ask me, what made me go on? Why did I stay home and cry? Don't get out of bed. Stay home and moan and go, don't just stay in bed all day. So I tell you, besides my family, and I told you Hashem blessed me with a beautiful family, but besides my loving, incredible, amazing family, there are 4 reasons I continue. The first one is a Kaddish Baruch Hu. Since I went blind, I mamish tell you, I feel Hashem's carrying me in His hands. When I daven, I feel Him talking face to face, mouth to mouth, eye to eye to Hashem. I sometimes see His Yud Kei Vav Kei in front of my eyes all the time. I can tell you, I once lost something and I searched the bed, it wasn't there. When I got to Pokech Ivim, I had Kavanah, please Hashem, I'll be find it. 5 minutes later, I sat down in the bed, it was right there. And it could not have been there before and I didn't feel it. I tell you, Bachrim, Hashem is with you. Hashem is with every Yid on this earth. Just talk to Hashem, besides obviously davening. The more you talk to Hashem and the more you say thank you to Hashem, the more you realize He's carrying you and you're not carrying Him. The second item that made me continue is my Rebbe, Rabbi Yehuda Parnas. I still remember when I was in the ICU before my first surgery, well, Parnas came in at 9:30 in the morning to visit me, and you're not allowed to have a visitor then. And he said, Lavi, I told the nurse I'm your rabbi, and she said I can have 1 minute. He said, that's all I need. I need to tell you one thing, I'm there for you. My father calls Parnas a malach, my mother calls him a tati. He's been incredible for my family and I. So people ask me how they get close to a Yehuda Parnas. I'll tell you I got close. When I could see, I asked him every question in the book. Is this what I should do for summer vacation? Is this the Papa Shkafa? He was there in the good times and in the so-called challenging times when Parnas has been a major pillar of support for my family and I. You Bachim are blessed with incredible Rebbeim. I know some of them, not all of them, from my schooling to my comment, to my stekler, to my other Rebbeim here. They all love you as their own children. Ask them any question. Ask them what you do for summer vacations. Seniors, ask them where you should go next year in Israel. Develop a kesher with your Rebbeim. They love you as their own children, I'm telling you. And you'll see they'll be there in the good times. And chas v'shalom. And I repeat, chas v'shalom. We should face so-called challenging times. You'll thank Hashem for having your Rebbeim there to hold your hand. The third item that made me continue is Klal Yisrael, the Jewish community. I still remember this. When I was in the hospital, my non-Jewish roommates had no one visiting them, except maybe their family. That was it. Besides my family and besides tons of friends, I had Satmar women, from doctors, people from local Shul Manhattan called Oyev Tzedek. This woman, Mrs. Khan, and this guy, Mickey Zatzal. I'm guessing the nurses must have been amazed and marveled at all how many visitors I had. Well, we all know greatness of Klal Yisrael. Hatzalah, Tomchei Shabbos, Chaverim. You open up any phone book where Jews live, you'll see tons of chesed organizations, you'll see gemachs. But all of us can do chesed. If you know someone here who needs $1 and you have it, give it to him. If you know someone in the yeshiva who's a little lonely, invite them to your house. If you know someone here who's struggling Gemara, help them out. All of us can do chesed. You do not need to be a multi-billionaire to do chesed. And all of us can make the world brighter than before it came. But the last item was the item that made me continue the most, and that's Torah. Through Torah, I realized everything Hashem does is gamzul Torah. It's for my best, even if I don't understand it. And if you look at some of these famous sports players, they're not happy. I'm sure if you're alone, I don't know I don't follow sports, but I know about LeBron James. I'm sure if you're alone with him, he does not smile. Because money and fame won't give you happiness. I can guarantee you this. I'm not making you have to make a living. I'm not saying that. But wealth and fame does make you happy. But you know what will make you happy? The more you learn to live Torah. The more you push yourself in learning Torah, the more you're going to smile inside out. The more you dance and sing to Hashem. The more you learn to live Torah, the more you thank Hashem for giving you a purpose and meaning in life and a mission to live. And the more you learn to live Torah, the more you thank Hashem for making you Amma Nivcha, Amma Skula, part of the chosen nation. And think about that you have incredible the Torah. I would love to be in your shoes. If you have any questions, you can ask me anything you want. Anybody here? No questions? Okay, I'll tell you a funny story that about 4 years ago I was in Chicago for a chasna, and I went with a good friend of mine there, and we stayed for Shabbos. So I got separated from my friend, and I went to the shul to daven. In the middle of davening, someone going to be psst, 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 and I go, guy, can you please stop bothering me? I'm trying to daven. The guy wouldn't stop, so I left that part of the shul, went to a different part. After davening, he said to me, Lavi, you were standing in the women's section. There were 2 women in there. I was trying to get you out of the women's section. I once backed and bumped into a non-Jewish guy. The guy goes, what are you, blind? I go, yeah. You didn't hear me say it, but yeah. Any questions? Nothing at all? You can ask anything you want. What?
Lavi,
Yes.
how do you say Pompeach if you Kavanah every day?
How can I not? How can I think? How can I? A Jew never gives up hope. And sometimes I'm looking for other things. Like example, let's say I need a ride to ballpark. Hashem shut my eyes to get a ride to ballpark. I'm just giving an example. You know, I'm saying I can. Hashem has been incredible to me. You want to hear another incredible story? I was supposed to go to Benji Cooper, a dentist office in Flatbush, and I take a lot of Ubers. And I asked my friend, could you please send a cab from my house to 708 East 9th Street in Brooklyn? My friend never asked me this before. He goes, between what avenues? I go, I don't know, I'm giving you the address. Could you please find out which avenues? So I called back Benji Cooper, he's over 708 Avenue L. I would end up in the Goyish neighborhood and have no idea where I was. The more you look for Hashem, the more you see Him. How can I not thank Him? And second of all, what I do for Hashem that He has to give me eyesight. It's not like I work for, let's say I work for Apple or whatever, work for the president. He has to pay me. You know what I'm saying? What I do for Hashem that He has to give me eyesight. I did nothing for Him. He's doing everything out of love. And I cannot thank Hashem for what He does give me with my eyesight or what He helps me that other people who can see help me. But Don Siegel says, Kavanah Hashem show open my eyes, that's what you usually have. Or some Kavanah similar. Or I've been a victory for months, he says, Kavanah, I should thank Hashem that people like you can see and help me out. Hashem doesn't owe me anything. He's doing everything out of chesed. He's incredible. I don't know if I answered your question fully. I guess not. No?
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions? There's only one guy here. Let's go with no other questions. Don't be embarrassed. You can ask me anything you want. Nothing at all? Wow.
Has your other senses been heightened?
You know what changes?
Rabbi Malak.
Yes, I know about 150 phone numbers by heart. Well, my PO Cutler 370-4904, View Promotion 364-6427. Of Ashiareli 581-0427. I don't know who else you want.
Rabbi Steckler.
Steckler is 201-956-1965.
That was a secret until now.
Okay, sorry. But again, my last week, can I tell you something?
Sure.
Hashem won't give you a test you can't pass. If I don't have increased senses, I can't do anything. First, I can't learn to play well my own band, but also I need process like to cross the street, but I need to have a hearing. You know what I'm saying? All my senses increase, I need it to survive. You know what I'm saying? Hashem won't give you a test you can't pass. So I need this, you know what I'm saying?
Are there any senses that specifically stand out that you have that you could share with the boys that maybe something they can learn from it at all, or anything that you can connect with them that they can learn from that?
I just think if you work on yourself, you can work at an increased sense by any sense. You know what I'm saying? If you really work on your memory, let's say, you can't just repeat the Gemara over and over, you won't remember. Or the Chumash or Mishnah Berurah, I don't know which guy's preaching, you know what I'm saying? Or Gemara, but you know, I think if you really work on yourself, you can increase your memory. You know what I'm saying? Hashem's giving us, you know.
Okay, so the questions for Wojtek, Jacob?
You said that for your family, once you became blind, they had to make sure everything was always in the same spot. So
Yeah.
there's been an instance where someone who was not familiar with the pattern.
So you see this cut over here? There's a cut here, right here. So just this past week, I was getting into some guy's car, and another guy let me up the door for you, smashed into my eye. But it's all from Hashem. Hashem did, you know, this, you know. I'll tell you a story. I was once at a friend of mine's house, and the father was saying, watch this, watch it. I couldn't handle the father anymore. So I asked him where the bathroom is. I lied in the bathroom screaming, help me, help me. Almost had a heart attack, the guy. But I've been at someone's house recently. They actually can't blame them. They didn't know that all the doors have to be closed. I was going to the bathroom my own, and that one of the doors on the way to the bathroom, closet doors was open. I smacked my head into it. I've had it. Yeah, of course. But it's all from Hashem. Hashem, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, of course I had these stories. Yeah, I've fallen down steps. Yeah, trust me, you name it, I've been in. I feel like a football player. But yeah.
Were you always such a Maimon in Hashem, or did it
What's
come
your name,
after?
Jess?
Sorry?
What's your name?
Stelm, Rabbi Stelm.
Are you like to Stam from Tovadas with David Stam?
David Stelm?
Yeah, Stam, actually, okay.
Stelm.
I didn't have a test before. What I missed a subway, lost $5. You know what I'm saying? I never got really tested.
So say, so your challenge brought out this connection to Hashem.
Well, Hashem holding me helps me a lot. Yeah. You don't believe Hashem's holding all of us?
I do.
But Yaakov Emden, you know, Yaakov Emden said the greatest proof that Hashem's in this world, that the Jewish people are still around. Well, later on, they were flourishing. It doesn't make sense. I'm sure I stuck with Nisim Niflas to happen to build this yeshiva. Well, yeah, you know, it just doesn't make sense how we're still around. But you know what I'm saying? I don't know. When I first went blind, I used to think of 1 or 2 or 3 good things every night that happened to me. I go, Hashem, I thank you for A, Hashem, I thank you for B, Hashem, I thank you for C. And it helped me a lot. I also think Hashem, we love you. But you do. Hashem's the best. You don't agree? Doesn't agree with me?
He
Yes.
Oh, okay, that's good.
David?
Do you remember what you looked like?
So I don't remember how I look. I know I'm good looking. I just don't know how.
Very good one.
Thank God, bless you. I'm not too tight. But
Okay, that's the end of the
I think I remember what my Rebbe looks like. My parents a little bit. I think in my memories go. You have to realize I've been blind for 20 years already. My brother a little bit, my parents a little bit, but let's just say I got to see today. I wouldn't be shocked how my family members, or how my Skonik looks, or how Carmen looks. I'd be shocked if someone I met, like I have a good friend Yitzchak Suss. I'd be shocked how he looks. That's what I'm saying. Because I make images of people look, and I'm probably totally off. You know what I'm saying? But I have no idea how I look. People ask me if I put my hand across people's faces, I tell how they look. I tell first one not, and I can't go to somebody, hi, how are you? They got me punching in the face a lot, you know what I'm saying? But Jacob, can I tell you something? Can I tell you something? Well, I became a New Yorker 7 years ago. I finally got mugged. I was so happy. I was dancing with it. I got mugged in Cuba nails. They put a gun to my head. So I've been practicing this ever since. Well, I got mugged, yeah. So I was blind at the time. I didn't realize there was a gun by my head. I felt the hang on my pocket. I thought it was a friend of mine playing a joke. I was fighting with the guy, yeah.
Ellie?
How do you learn?
So it's a challenge. I call Lavi Greenspan for Vortlach. I listen to tapes, and I have some chavus. Unfortunately, I cannot find full time. I've been looking. I have a guy in Chavetz Chaim said he might have a chavus for me. So I do chavusas. A chavusa will read me like say, he'll say, Bichama me mutta, whatever. I'll say repeat Bichama matazit. You know what I'm saying? I'll repeat, you know, that's how I learn. I have some chavusas, not all, and that's it, yeah. I miss Torah a lot. I tell everyone if Hashem made me blind to teach me the points of learning Torah, understand, I miss Torah a lot. There's nothing like Torah. So that's how I learn, yeah.
Do you have a guide dog, for
So-
assistance, and it's not?
So what's your name?
Gideon Marcus?
I am petrified of dogs. If there was a dog here, I'd lock myself in the bathroom all day. I am petrified of dogs. I have a talking computer, so if I write Dear Gideon, it'll repeat after me Dear Gideon. So the guy who was teaching me was a blind guy, and he had a dog. And he was doing something on the computer, so I started petting the dog. The dog flipped over on his stomach. I ran out of the room so fast. I am petrified of dogs. I was once watching with a friend of mine, AIDS inspector from Hillcrest to QR Knowles. We were going to go to early minute in Yeshiva time on Erev Shabbos. A dog jumped on the fence. I ran in the middle of the street. If I'm getting killed by a car, not by a dog. I am petrified of dogs. Petrified, I'm not lying to you. I have a cane. The cane's folded up in my knapsack, yeah. You know what, Gideon, one of the benefits of a cane, if you're back to somebody you don't like, you can hit them and tell them it's an accident. Around my friends, you know. And Gideon, if you ever need to go someplace fast, call me. I'll get you there in 10 minutes. We'll get there by ambulance or by hearse. We'll be there in 10 minutes. But I don't have a dog, Gideon. I'm petrified. You have a dog, Gideon?
No, but I did train one for, I saw, part of the program called, Seeing, I forgot the name of the program.
But I think there's in Morristown, it's New Jersey, there's a whole seeing eye dog
So
school.
yeah, but they have one in Canada, they closed it down, but, I agree with John with,
So the Lighthouse for the Blind, in fact, told me less and less blind people are getting dog sick. Because also it's a huge dedication. You got to walk the guy even in the cold winter. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah, but I'm petrified. I'll tell you one more story. I was once at a friend of mine's house. They had a little dog like that. And the kid was like in a big, big cage. So there was no problem, you know. And they were bringing him out. I go, okay, no problem. I locked myself in the study. Okay, now you can bring him out. I'm petrified of it. Petrified. I don't know why, but yeah. Nothing to do with being blind, even though I can see. Yeah.
Yoni?
What can you see now? What do you
So what I see is different colors. Like right now I'm seeing green and a little blue and a little black in the bottom. It's all my imagination. It's all, I see different colors all the time. And I tell you, I sometimes see UK buffcake close my eyes, but what I see is different colors all the time. Just different colors. It's all my imagination. I'm 100% totally blind. You know, bats can't see, so I call myself the Jewish Batman. But I'm 100% totally blind. I see colors. It's all my imagination.
Ruben?
Are you able to dream?
Yes, so I do dream. Most people in my dream are people from the past, because again, I'm not being good, I'm sure you're a good looking man, I just don't know how people look, you know what I'm saying? Most people in the past are being dreamed, but I do get to see in my dreams. I do think that's my way of seeing, but I tell you this, Ruben, I go to sleep at night begging Hashem, please, no scary dreams, and Baruch Hashem, I don't have them anymore, you know what I'm saying? I tell you, I think I was telling you, I think, I forgot, Yitzi or whatever, Hashem, all he wants is us, we should ask him, we'll give it to him. He's our Father. But yeah, I don't Hashem, I've not had scary dreams in a long time.
Nathan?
You said you imagine like colors, right?
Yes.
And you had images.
Images how someone looks, or images altogether, like a box. So I can imagine this shtender, like I just imagine looking at it. I know it's probably brown, right? I don't have the color, just right now it seems like a black shtender. I do have an image that there's a thing over, but don't forget I'm feeling it. That's one of the reasons.
I'm saying like if you're talking to someone, do you imagine their face in front of you?
Yeah, but I don't have an image yet of you because I just met you. It has to be someone I know a little bit. Like I have a good friend of mine for the longest time. I thought he looked like a chipmunk, like this. I really did for the longest time, but I'm like you. But yeah, I make images. Yes. Yes.
Shalom?
How are you positive yourself?
Sorry, what do you say?
How are you positive yourself through your kindness?
So I tell you first I talked about bonding with friends, but I also appreciate what I do have. Yes, I can see and yes I face challenges, like I told you. But look at all just being a yid, just being a Jew. You know, if Jonas and Ivishid would come to shul and would not say Shalom Sani Goy, they asked him why not. He goes, the minute I wake up, I'm so happy I'm not a guy. I say the bracha right away. You know what's the chus to be a yid? I was just talking about, you know what's the chus? You know what I miss a lot? Seeing the beautiful Shabbos candles. I don't know how anyone lives without the Torah, without Shabbos. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how even going to survive without it. I mean, obviously don't have it, but I don't understand how you survive without it. Can I ask you a question, Shalom? You don't enjoy Shabbos? What? Yeah, I don't know. I find Shabbos an incredible, beautiful day. I wish I could see the Shabbos guy, I wish I could learn Torah, and obviously I get friends to learn with me, but you know what I'm saying, it's challenging, you know? The guy said I wanna go see if I have to, but you know what I'm saying? I don't know, I just look what we have, you know, I do sometimes get depressed, obviously I'm a human being. The Rosh Kol of Yeshiva South Fallsburg, what Brezal said to me, Lavi, you're not meant to be a model, it's understandable you get depressed. But if you look what you do have, you realize you have a lot going for you. You're part of the chosen people. Can I answer your question, Shalom? Can you explain to me how the state of Israel is around? It's surrounded by 200-300 million Arabs. If all of them would just walk in, it wouldn't be in Israel. Well, the Palestinians had half a brain, they just sit in the highways, Israel would be finished. You don't see it's clearly Hashem. I tell everyone, it's not an Israeli machine gun, it's Hashem's machine gun. It's not an Israeli thing, it's Hashem's thing. Hush, I'm not against Israelis. Israelis are great people. I'm not saying, I'm just trying to tell you, it's all Hashem.
Have your other senses gotten better since we came last?
Yeah. What's so funny? No, but I can tell you, Danielle, I have kids because I work in the Yeshiva Elementary School. The kid goes like this, and I hear the voice going down. Your head's still looking down. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell them, I'm not blind. I'm not Obama. You know what I'm saying? I'm blind. I'm not Obama. I'm stupid. You know. Danielle, can I tell you, if Hillary Clinton would have been president, you would see me on TV. Blind man kills the president. I'm a big Republican, but yeah, I don't follow that much anymore. But yeah, more of my sense increase. Because Hashem will give you a test you can't pass. Hashem's the best.
You've talked a lot about our Karasato, tremendous amounts of Karasato.
What's your name, Jeff?
Rabbi Meir.
Okay, sorry. I'm blind. I know that. Okay.
You've talked a lot about your Karasato.
Yes.
All the way through.
Yeah,
Did you have that level of Karasato, if you can remember, before the challenges with the multiple surgeries and things becoming more difficult?
I don't remember, but you have to also realize everything was very quick. It was over 2.5 years. I didn't have time to think much about it. And I don't forget, when I was going blind, this was about a month and a half. So I was more scared we are going to go blind than being blind. About Hashem made me blind in the shul in Manhattan. So my mother worked in Manhattan. My father worked in Connecticut. My parents are married, but my mother had to pick me up. I don't remember if I did it or not. I don't think I did, but don't forget I was going through these science. I didn't have time to think about it.
But when you were a kid, and you got smacked by a door of a car as you're
I
getting
didn't
in.
think about it. I just didn't think about it. I can tell you a story. Before my 4th surgery, I asked my neurosurgeon, am I going to die? So he goes, no. So I go, you're God. So he goes, you're right, you shouldn't die, but if God wants to kill you, he'll kill you. But I don't think he wants to kill you. If he asks me that question all the time, I'm going to kill you myself. But I'm just trying to say, I don't know, I felt Hashem's with me. You don't agree, but Mayor, you don't agree Hashem's with us?
I do, but I think that it also depends on the degree that a person relates to Hashem. There are
But-
people who find it more difficult.
But I agree, but let me ask you a question, okay? Can I ask you a question? Are you happy? Are you happy?
I'm charged you, the meter's running.
So here's $1, I'll put an extra $1 on you. And see that meter's only half a minute, yeah, right? So, let me ask you a thing. Are you happy you're alive?
Very,
Are you happy you're a Jew?
totally,
Are you happy you get to learn Torah?
constant.
Are you happy you have a job?
Yeah,
Are you happy you have a Are you happy you have a family?
ecstatic.
You happy you have healthy kids?
Yeah,
You happy having strong children?
yeah, I don't find those things
No, wait. You don't realize how much you have to think of Hashem?
constant, every day.
So how can I
3
have
times a day.
So how can I, what do you do for Hashem that he has to give it to you?
I couldn't possibly do it.
So I'm trying to tell you, so how can I get angry at him? He's my father. He's doing it for best. Let me ask you a question, okay? Your father's a top surgeon, tells you, I'm gonna have to do a going canal and surgery on your head, and you're gonna have to be awake, it's gonna be painful. Are you gonna be angry at your father?
Trust,
What?
you trust?
Why aren't you angry at him? He's over here, he's bringing you pain. That's exactly, Hashem's my father. I could get angry at my own father. You know what I'm saying? And look what he gave me. He gave me life. He made me a Jew. What is this? You don't agree? Are you okay?
He said, I wasn't even here.
I'm saying, if you would take a piece of paper and say, Hashem, I thank you, and put a list on the list will continue forever. I'm telling you. And just open up the newspaper and see all these people, famous people taking drugs because they're not happy in life. We're happy. It's our Father wanting to show. It's our Father, and we know we have a purpose of being in life. And we know we're making the world better by learning Torah and doing mitzvahs. How can I complain? No?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, I think you're going to document
Can I just have one more question?
Please.
Any more
One
questions?
more question?
I can't hear 1 second, Diego.
If you can get your eyesight back for 3 seconds, what would you look at?
So I thought of 3 things. Either go see my rabbi, my parents, or open the Gemara. I can't tell you right now because it's just too hypothetical, but one of those 3 things. But I just tell you guys, because they want me to sum up. Before you go sleep at night, think of 1 or 2 things and thank Hashem every day. You'll see Hashem's with you. Push yourself in Torah learning. There's nothing like Torah learning. There's nothing, and get close to your baby and realize you're Christian to be a yid. My love, ready?
Yes.
Just come in for a second.
You're not my type.
Ah,
here we go.
Oh,